Hi guys, I'm Seven of Hearts and this is my first ever YouTube tutorial where I'm going to show you how to make some eyes that follow your player around in the world in Unity. It is totally simple to do, it only requires a few lines of code and is so fun to watch. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. The first thing to do is to make something that looks a little bit like an eyeball. I'm using Figma for this, but you can use any program that you're comfortable with and make it any colour that you want. Once you're happy with the results, you can just drag and drop the eye into Unity, give it a higher layer count and scale it down to the size that you want. When you're happy with that, you can head over into a scripts folder and create a new script. I'm going to call this eye follow, and of course you're going to open it up in your editor. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is create a public game object variable and call it player. I'm also going to delete this comment just to make it look a bit nicer, and in the start function I'm going to assign our game object our player. Next I'm going to create a function. I'm going to call this function iFollow, and inside this function I'm going to create a vector3 called player pos and assign it to our player's position in the world. Next I'm going to create a vector2 because it's a 2D game, and I'm going to create a new vector2, and inside I'm going to subtract the eyeball's position from the player position in the world on the x-axis and do the same for the y-axis. And what this is going to do is just create a new direction that the eye is going to point in. Perfect. Okay, close it off, and now we have to set transform.up of our eyeballs equal to the vector that we created, and also call iFollow in the update function. Great, now we can drag and drop our script onto our eyeball and drag and drop the player into this player variable. And while I was editing this video, I realized that we didn't have to do this because we've already assigned our player variable in our start function, but it's still kind of satisfying to drag and drop the player on, so yeah. When we now hit play, we can see that the eyeball does actually follow our player, and it looks super cool and also kind of creepy. Of course, now you can copy and paste this eyeball as many times as you want. It doesn't really matter, go wild, it is totally up to you. And then when you hit play, you should see all the eyeballs following the player as they should. So that was the basic mechanic. If you want to learn how to add an eye shape around this eyeball, I'm just going to show you real quick how to do that as well. After you've drawn your eye shape, you could just drag and drop it into Unity as always, give it a higher layer count, scale it down to the size that you want. And what I also did here was change the color to match the color of the eyeball a bit better. When you're happy with the way it looks, all you've got to do is drag the eyeball onto your eye shape. And I'm also going to rename this to eye so it looks a bit better in the world, and I'm going to copy and paste it as many times as I want to make it even cooler. And now again you can hit play, and as you can see all of the eyes follow the player in the way that they should, and it looks super cool and creepy. Alright, that's it. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and remember to never give up on your projects, even if it gets difficult at times. Stay happy and healthy. Bye!